Oh, yeah. This sometimes happens because fathers presume that mothers will be awarded custody. Yeah, I never presumed that. Coach. See, from the time that my wife abducted my sons, I had presumed that I would be given notice, and the opportunity to be heard before a fair and impartial judge. Right. And that judges would always award custody based upon the earnings ability. Yes, the actual and concern for the children. Now, I never presumed that Heidi would get custody. I always thought that I would have custody. Yes. But when you don't give me notice of court hearings, yes, you don't have proof of service. Ouch. You have the misrepresentation that my son's success in school was because of their mother's influence when the truth was she held them back 2 grades. My whole thought is that I'm going to be suing those that think that fathers would presume that mothers would be awarded custody. Yeah. Now, you never gave me notice of court hearings. You never gave me a dissolution of marriage. Ooch. You never had reciprocity. Pooh. And then somebody decided to pay large amounts of monies to hold my sons hostage, where I, as a father, would remove them from the Quilcene School District. Yes, and I'd obligate them to catch up with their other students in their same age. Yes. Now, in still other situations, the parents agree that the mother has more time. Oh, I don't think so. Poach. When, better understanding of the children's daily needs. I was very involved in my son's lives because I had an office in Vancouver, and then I had a dorm that I myself had, well, constructed. Yes, so that I could be home every day while they were growing up in Vancouver. And then we moved to Vancouver so that my blind stepdaughter could go to the Washington State School for the Blind. Yeah. Could you get me all the blind and all the deaf, as well as the disabled in the United States of America? Yes. Where states say, well, we have to have a special blind school for those that are visually impaired. Yes. As I remember it, Carol Golden was very influential in the decision that Heidi and myself made to move from Sequim, Washington to Vancouver, Washington. Yes. And then there was the parapro that the Sequim School District could not provide when we were residents of Sequim, Washington, 323 West First Street. When you're fighting that uphill battle and you have a disabled daughter and the school district says, we just can't afford to have a Braille certified parapro all day long, every day, so that Jessica could get the right type of education. As a father, I thought, well, we better move to Vancouver so we can enroll Jessica in the Washington State School for the Blind so that she could get that hands on training from mobility. Isn't that right? Yes. Why don't you get me the employees of the Washington State School for the Blind? Yes. Now, there was an instance where I was volunteering, yes, at, let me see, it's an organization that works with those in the military. It was on Guam, yes. It was actually in the newspaper. It was United Services or the USO. Well, there was a guy named Jim Smythe that said that he'd gotten some communication from my friends in Seattle. Yes. And then there was somebody that had emailed Heidi through the USO. Yes. That was one of these paraeducators of the Washington State School for the Blind. Now, as a father, I thought I had proven myself able to have custody of children when I moved my whole family to Vancouver so Jessica could go to the WSSB. I was a powerlifting coach. Had no criminal history. Had no problems with the law. Yes. Did not drink or use any drugs. Yes. And I always smoked outside of the house so there was no secondhand smoke to my children. Oh. Now get me the dean of the Washington State School for the Blind. Ooh, Craig Metter, is he still there? Oh. And then all of those that go around to these different school districts giving Braille certified. Yes, I just want to know all the blind students. Ooch, Billy, Nick, ooh, and Jessica's friends from the WSSB that she had when we lived in Vancouver. When we lost our house to foreclosure because it was very difficult to earn an income during that time. Now, there are special issues if a gay or lesbian parent is seeking custody or visitation rights. I wanted to know of the lesbian sexual experiences that Heidi had. Ooch, when she was the B on the lesbians, yes, or any personal lesbian experiences, or she left me, a heterosexual male, yes, abducted my sons, and then she did. Did Janet and Napolitano, did you have lesbian sexual experiences? As I remember it, Heidi got involved in lesbianism. Ooch, ooch. Just give me all the lesbians and all of those homosexuals, yes, that thought that it was fair and impartial judges that award custody because of the actual truth of the parents. I provided for the family. Yes, I moved the family of Vancouver. Ooch. We moved to Airway Heights. Ooch. We moved to Guam, and Benjamin was born there. I just needed to know of all the lesbian sexual experiences that Heidi had. Yes, was she the B on those that were lesbians, or was she the individual that had the lesbian sexual experience that they were the B on? Just call all the lesbians and homosexuals. I just wanted to know, okay? Because I've always been heterosexual. Yes. I've never found men attractive. I've never found them sexually attractive. I do recognize a handsome man when I see him. Now, the in a few states, including Alaska, California, New Mexico, and Pennsylvania, highest court has ruled that a parent's homosexuality in and of itself cannot be grounds for an automatic denial of custody. Now, in trial courts in other states, Alabama, Arizona, Connecticut. I just wanted to know what lesbian sexual experiences she had after we were married.